So, what are the common features that you need? Well, first of all, you have to show that the defendant has been unjustly enriched. And the Gibb and Mainstone case says that enrichment takes centre stage. That's really what you're focusing on. There has to be something, some benefit, which the defendant has received, which has a money value. So the example that's given is, perhaps it's unlikely, but if you wanted to claim that you had provided companionship to somebody, that's no good. It's got to be a service with a money value. Next, it has to be at the expense of the claimant. There has to then be a connection between what the claimant has done and what the defendant has received. And a lot of the cases talk about a transfer of value from one to the other. Thirdly, it has to be unjust. And I'm going to come on the next slide to what the unjust factors are, but there are actually some factors that the courts have recognised as automatically being unjust. And last of all, there has to be no valid defence. Moving on then from some of the principles, there were 3 cases last year, 2 of them at first instance, the first 2, and the third, which was in the Supreme Court, which dealt with sort of introducers and fixers, rather like Mr. Varma. And I thought I would take you through them quite quickly, because each of them has an awful lot of detail as to what was happening. But just to illustrate that quantum meruit is alive, and that actually, at first instance at least, all 3 claimants in these cases recovered very substantial sums of money. They all pleaded quantum meruit in their pleadings, but actually all 3 cases were decided on different bases. So, this was the first one. The lady on the left is Mrs. Dad Sharab. The gentleman in the middle is part of the Saudi royal family. He is Prince Al-Walid bin Talal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. And the gentleman on the right probably needs no introduction. He's the late Colonel Gaddafi.